Greetings, guys, gals, non-binary pals, and welcome to this week's fun Wednesday video of the week. And today, I thought we would do something that I have been requested to do a lot, but have not done for a really long time, and that is going through r/accidentally ally, because it's always so funny and so beautiful when people who are like, especially transphobic is most of this subreddit, end up being just like the biggest trans allies. It's so funny because you know that they would be like boiling over with rage if you told them, and it would be so glorious to watch. And if you enjoy this video, please do not forget to hit subscribe. I'm trying to hit 500k by the end of the year, and it truly, truly does help. It means a lot. And while you're down there, please feel free to hit like and leave a comment as well. I appreciate it. And while you are down there, if you are interested, I have started uploading on the second channel again. Woohoo! Yay, finally! And it's Kiwi with a Q, or the link in the description as well. I really have been talking a lot about books. I have been a massive reader the past couple of years, and I just really want to share that with you all. And I know that is incredibly different to the content that I make here. And so it is not the cup of tea for most of you, and I completely get that. But if you are interested in hearing me talk about books that I love, then please do go check that out and subscribe over there. I just uploaded all the books I read in March and April, and then in a few weeks I will be uploading a video about all the sapphic books I read in May. So if you want to hear about some sapphic books, please go do that. Even if you aren't into books, if you like just sitting and listening to me ramble about things that are actually positive, it's a perfect place for you. Now that I've said all of that, let's get into the video. Here is a classic tweet that reads, "Trans men will never be women. Trans women will never be men. It's basic biology." And their name is American flag cross woke destroyer cross American flag, which is hilarious. What a beautiful name. That's so funny, especially when you're out here being such a good trans ally. Trans men will never be women, and trans women will never be men, and it is biology. You are so right. I'm so glad you are here using your voice to speak the truth. Thank you for speaking up. We appreciate an extra voice for the cause. Keep saying it and say it louder. This is a man wearing a t-shirt. And his t-shirt, the back of the t-shirt reads, "It's okay to live a life that others don't understand." And it's an American flag, but instead of stripes, they're firearms. Huh? Okay, if we ignore the image, so true. Like, correct, those words, "it's okay to live a life that others don't understand," that's so true. You're so correct. And I find it so ironic that that is what's on this shirt and that this man is wearing it, because you know there is an incredibly high chance that this man is in fact transphobic and homophobic, like as hell, and like doesn't clock that this applies more so for them than whatever he's got going on. Americans scare me. Truly. Americans terrify me, because what do you mean? What do you mean it's okay to live a life that other people don't understand? The life you're living that other people don't understand is the fact that you collect deadly weapons. Like, you in your house have things that exist with the sole intention to end lives. That is the only reason they were created. And you're here like, no one understands me. Like, people are judging me because I like really like why though? This is the thing I really need to know about these firearm collectors. What is it about them that you like? Why do you have so many of them? What is it that's drawn you to them and makes you want them and think that that's like a really cool hobby? Because it's terrifying. You have to understand that it's terrifying. Why don't people want to be my friend? I don't know. Maybe because you could kill me and my entire family in like 3 seconds flat. I'm not here for it. I don't trust you if you have that in your house. If your interest is that, I am keeping my distance, and I think a lot of other people will be too. So if your hobby is something that harms people, people aren't going to understand. And I actually don't have any intention of understanding. I don't get it even a little bit. And there's nothing you could ever say to me that would make me understand. Oh my God. I still remember going to the airport in LA and someone was wearing a t-shirt about being a gun owner. And I'm like, you're in an airport, bro. What is going on? I was so taken aback. Imagine going to the airport wearing, it was a t-shirt that was like talking about being a proud gun owner with like, buy yours at gun.com or whatever. Like that's terrifying anywhere, but an airport is insane. This is a little comic where it is a person who is like fat with purple hair, because of course they always are, holding a sign that says, my dog identifies as a fish. And next to her is her dog wearing a sign that says fish. And two people walking past saying, is there anywhere these crazy people don't live in? Reality. And this is very funny because true, you're correct. You're so right. These people don't live in reality because you've made them up. This isn't a real thing that is happening. They don't live in reality. They live in your head, rent-free, might I add, because you've created them to make people mad, but they don't exist. No one's doing this. No one's saying this. The only time in which people are saying this is like as a joke. Me personally, I find it really funny when you give animals names of other animals. Like I named a duck Goose because that's funny to me. And I think I got it from Judy Moody, which were books I read as a kid because her cat was called Mouse. And I thought that was so funny. Like that's hilarious. So I implore you, whoever this comic artist is, and all the people who believe it, find me one instance of this that is real. One, I know that you don't understand humor. Like I know you don't understand humor if it's not like insulting someone. But sometimes people are just having a silly good old laugh. If someone is saying that their dog is fish, they're probably not saying their dog identifies as a fish. They're just being silly because people have fun. I know you don't know what that means, but that maybe you should try it sometime. The absolute best timing of all time was after I finished filming this, I opened TikTok to this TikTok that says, can someone tell my fish he's a dog? And it's this golden retriever who's swimming and just being completely submerged in water over and over again like a fish. And I just think this timing is like absolutely impeccable. I'm obsessed with this TikTok and I am obsessed with when it came up. So enjoy. Under Trump's executive order, every single person in America is now legally classified as female. All embryos begin by developing female sex organs, with male sex organs only replacing them at around 6 weeks of gestation. And this is on, I remember this happened a few months ago, a new thing that was put on the White House website that was all people are the gender that they were at conception. So it says male means a person belonging at conception to the sex that produces the small reproductive cell, which is so funny. That's so funny. Like, bro, if you're gonna have like a law written, like something legal written, maybe you should have someone do it who actually knows what the fuck they're talking about. Like, if you were going to write something into the law that is about biology, maybe you should have a biologist do it. Maybe you should have a qualified biologist do it and not just rattle shit off and write it down as an unqualified person. And if this was written by a biologist, I'm terrified for the state of your universities. Like, I already knew your schools weren't great. But if your universities are producing biologists who don't know that at conception there are only female sex cells, like, I'm concerned because I learned that when I was like 13. And your like qualified university graduate biologists don't know. You've got to be fixing different shit in your country. Like, trans people are literally like the least of your worries. There's so much you actually need to fix and you're focusing on shit that literally doesn't matter. But I suppose that's the point, right? Why would you want to fix the education system? Because then it's harder to manipulate people. If people are uneducated, they're stupid and easily manipulated. If we educate people, give them good educations, then like they'll know what we're doing is fucked up. So we can't be doing that. Keep schools bad, defund the Department of Education, and instead add some stupid laws that make no sense and are actually incorrect. I do love, though, at the end of the day, the fake allyship of this is effectively just saying that trans women are women and cis men are fake news. There's no such thing as a cis man. You're either a cis woman or a trans woman. There's one gender and it is woman. On this glorious note, here is an AI image that someone posted that says, trans rights are not human rights. And it's an AI image of the trans flag with fire behind it to show that they're burning the trans flag. But instead, it just looks sick as hell. Like the flag is not burning. It's literally on fire, but it is not burning. It's like intact 100%. There's nothing. It's like withstanding the fire. And that's beautiful symbolism. Like, it's trash AI, obviously, fuck AI art and all that, but like, it is beautiful symbolism. Because yeah, trans people will still exist no matter what you do. They're gonna stand up and stand proud no matter what you do. You can change all the laws you want. It does not make trans people not exist. Excellent image showcasing that perfectly. Trans people are strong. The trans community is strong, and you cannot get rid of trans people, no matter how hard you try. This is a TikTok. Someone said, I really fear for the reading comprehension skills on the right, because they are a trans man, and they have like a full like goatee going on, right? And the comment they're replying to says, are you transgender just because you say so? Because I'm looking at a dude with a goatee. Notice how I said dude? It's so funny because they're so caught up in this argument of like trans women can't go into the women's bathroom because it's just men trying to get a look at women, that they forget that trans men exist because it doesn't fit with their narrative. It doesn't fit with whatever picture they're trying to paint, because the existence of trans men really takes away from that, doesn't it? Because like, you see trans men winning in sports against cis men, they can't bring that up because that really goes against what they've been saying this entire time, right? Like, as soon as they acknowledge that trans men are in fact like good at sports against cis men, that means they have to acknowledge that like trans women and cis women are like equally matched as well. They have to like acknowledge things that they don't want to acknowledge because it doesn't work for whatever narrative they're trying to spin. They just truly don't get it, and they truly forget, and it's so funny. It's terrible but hilarious, and also obviously validates a lot of people, because I love that this trans guy is like, I'm trans, and he's like, you'll never be a woman. You have a beard. You look like a man. You'll always be a man. And it's like, yep. And you say you can always tell. Trans works both ways, my guy. Fucking hilarious. It's so funny. A similar one, someone, possibly the same person, posted, if trans people legally don't exist and it's what's on your birth certificate, I'm a cisgender man now. Thank you, Illinois. And someone commented, you always were. Welcome back. They just like do not get it. Potentially that last one was a response to this one, and it's just fucking hilarious. Accidental allies are truly so funny. I'm so glad that in amongst everything, trans people are still able to get this little validation and bit of like, what have we been fucking saying? Like, we can always tell. No, you can't. No, you can't. No, you can't. You're just bullshitting, actually, is what you're doing. No, you can't tell. You've probably encountered a lot more trans people than you think you have. And there's probably been people you think are trans who have actually been cis. Like, you don't know what's going on ever. This is a tweet that says, stop teaching kids pronouns and start teaching them grammar. It's like people just like have forgotten that words mean things. It's so funny. Pronouns are an essential part of grammar, ma'am. Like, they exist in almost every conversation. Pronouns are fundamental to our language. Pronouns are very, very important and are grammar. You learn pronouns at a very young age. They're probably some of the first words you ever use ever in your life. You know, are you gonna just not use pronouns at all around your child? Are you instead just gonna be using names? You're never gonna say like me, you, I, they, he, like never. You're just gonna be being like, mommy is gonna take George to go see dad. Like you're never gonna use pronouns with your kid again, ever, because it's not grammar. Like, let's take a minute, okay? You cannot be this stupid. When do you think it's going to be written into legislation that you can't teach pronouns at school? Like, I fear that day is coming, and it's going to be a really weird one. I feel like it's a really good protest opportunity, though. You know what I mean? Kind of like when they say that you can discriminate against people for religion and sexuality or whatever. Like, that's a great opportunity to just be like, no straight people. Get out. Not allowed in my establishment. You know, and I feel like if they say don't teach pronouns and you have to take that out of the curriculum, it's going to fall apart real fast. But then again, as I said, always great to have an uneducated population. It means that you can brainwash and manipulate them and also get them to join the military. So... And with that, I think that we have seen enough accidental allies today. It means that I get to hold on to some and do another one of these. So if you enjoyed this video, please do let me know, and maybe I will do another one of them soon. I do have a few more posts saved, and I'm sure there will be many more in the future as well. I hope that you enjoyed this video. A massive thank you to my Kiwi Cat patrons: Arsene, Stella, Bay the Trucker, Chastity, Prismatic Petey, Sushi, M.A. Ping the Games, Phil the Duck, Jessie, River, Queen Glimmer, Ella, Lady Nutbar, Mr. Noodle, Radsack, Knitting Menace, Samuel, Chris, Ellie, Alexis, and Bobby. I love and appreciate you so much. Thank you so much for joining. If anyone else would like to become a patron, you go to patreon.com/savvycat or click the top link in the description. For as little as £1 a month, you get my videos a day early. And then for £3 and up, you get things such as outtakes, my scripts for my videos, live streams, and more. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Stay safe. Keep fighting. I love you. Mwah. When you close your eyes, you replace